Welcome to Bert's World, where intelligence meets the inexperienced. Today we have Mia Bullies, otherwise known as Kevin, and we're gonna get into this Frenchie business. So how did you start? Well, introduce yourself.
All right, hi, my name is Kevin. Right now I'm attending Miami-Dade for business. I will be transferring to FIU soon. So right now I'm just running my business with my Frenchies. I breed them. So basically I started about a year ago with him. Had my first experience about 2 years ago. I had a female. I got her pregnant. She was pregnant. They take about 2 years to pop. Not 2 years, 2 months, my bad. 2 months. So it takes about 60 days, 63 days, days in total. So she made it through the 30 days. Once you get to the 30-day mark, you do the ultrasound. I had the ultrasound done. She confirmed 7 pups for me, which I was very happy about. And then 20 days went by after the 30. So now 10 days went by after the 30. Now we're at 40 days, which I was basically starting to prepare. What's up, crazy? I was preparing to starting to buy the incubator. I was starting to buy, what else was it? The heating lamps, the whelping box, the everything. There's a whole bunch of aspects that go into it, and they cost a lot of money. Like, I know an incubator that costs about like $400. You had the whelping box that cost probably another 100. I had to inseminate her, which cost me like probably another, I would say like $100. I had to progesterone test her. Progesterone testing is basically when she gets in heat, you have to take her. You can't like just, oh, she's on heat, put her with another dog and we're gonna mate and that's it. You gotta go test her. You gotta have her progesterone tested. They're gonna tell you her levels. The first time I took her, her levels were 6.0. which it's not that high, but so they told me bring her back. So that was like one payment already. And we got to come back for the second one, which was a couple days later.
Wait, do they like give you like a bit off for the second time, or you got to pay full price all over again?
No, it doesn't matter. You got to pay full price at the end of the day.
All right.
So second time I go, which was probably like 2 days later, she was at level 9.0 now. So I'm like, they were like still not ready though. So I'm like,
what's the number?
Huh?
What's the number to get ready?
I think I had her, they told me at 12.0. That they told me that's good now. So I ended up putting her. I came back the third time, which was probably a week into her heat, which that's what I usually recommend when people ask me, like, when should I progesterone test? It's basically a week in. And also, since I have boys, I could really have an idea of when she's ready. Because the boys are usually like,
they start messing around.
Yeah, I got to keep them separate. And
okay.
like, I have an American bulldog as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it gets so annoying. Like, he literally just stays at the gate, whining, crying, just wanting to get her. But I'm like, bro, you're like 3 times her size, 4 times her age, because his birthday coming right now in February. His birthday just passed right now on the 9th.
Yeah.
He just turned a year. And then basically when we were into the 40 days, she had a miscarriage. Sadly. And then she just started basically, same thing as a female, just letting it all out. I got scared and I ran to the vet, took her to the vet. That's more vet bills on top of what I've already been paying. I get there, take her. They did another ultrasound on her to confirm if she still had the pups or not. She didn't have nothing.
And
so that was kind of heartbreaking in a way. But I was more happy that she was healthy because, I told the vet, I'm like, yeah, I lost all these pups and potential money that was going to come in, but my main concern is my dogs. Like, their health needs to be in order. Like, that's my main concern, like, to this day. So that was probably about 2 years ago. And then I put some thought into it. I kept thinking about, should I do this? Should I do it not? I kept thinking, and I finally, I'm in Facebook just scrolling, because that's where I'm in a lot of Facebook groups when it
Okay.
comes to anything. When it comes down to my cars, when it comes down to my dogs, when it comes down to anything, I'm always in the groups because it tells you a lot of information, and there's a lot of other people in there that have knowledge that I don't know. So they also help. They give me information. If I have an issue, I can post a picture of what happened to the dog or a question, and a lot of people will comment and respond to you. So it's a pretty good community. As I'm just recently getting into this, I don't know everything about it, but I'm getting there. So basically, when I was scrolling through the groups one day, and I'm scrolling, and I caught my eye with this one. A
Okay.
couple of them caught my eyes, but when I was
Like
asking
the
for
the puppy or like the parents of the puppy?
the puppy specifically,
Okay.
I'm gonna get to why he caught my eye specifically was because my American bulldog, he's turning 8 right now in February. I
Mhm.
got him in 7th grade, I would say. Yeah, it was in 7th grade. I was sitting in Miss Barnes' class when my mom sent me the picture, and I was like, yeah, get them. So we got them. So I had a boy and a girl, brother and sister. I have the boy now. The sister, she had 2 color eyes, like just like this one. But we had her probably, I would say, like 6 months. My aunt went to let her out in the backyard,
Mhm.
and like she was like very, very bad. Like she did the opposite of what you always told her. And she was very bad. The boy is still good, and he's still good to this day. But so we let her out to the back. Well, I was sleeping at the time, and she managed to get out the side gate and make it to the front yard.
Okay.
Mailman came earlier that morning already to drop off the mail. He
Uh-huh.
left the gate open.
Oh man.
So she comes out and probably made it one house down, and I guess she got hit by a car, which was sad. So it's crazy how you wouldn't think the dogs notice or realize when something's wrong has happened,
Yeah.
but they do. Like the boy instantly, he did not see nothing. He didn't see her body. He didn't see nothing, and instantly got sad. He literally sat in the corner, didn't nothing at all. And that was probably like for a day or two. And then, and that happened like years ago. They were probably like a year at most already at that time. And then I'm the one that found them because I had ended up waking up. I asked my aunt, "Hey, where the dogs at?" So I go outside. I see the boy in the back. He knew whenever she's doing something bad that he shouldn't be. So he stayed away. He stayed away, and basically when I brought him in, I'm like, "Yo, where's the girl?" She's like, she was out there. And when I walked out the front gate, I'm like, "Why is the gate open?" I walked out. She was there on the ground. I'm like, wow. So basically, when I saw him with the 2 different color eyes, it caught my eye because I'm like, this is basically reincarnated Bella, because that was her name, Bella.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, we got him. Now, I wanted him, and I was already like looking for him because I was debating on getting back into the game. So I got back into it, but I wanted to do it with a boy this time, which just stud fees. That's all. That's all I want to do right now. And then I want to produce my own girl. After I produce my own girl, I want to keep it moving until hopefully I produce a fluffy, which those are the ones that are, worth the money right now.
So let me
But
let me ask you, like, what steps did you have to take to get like, real official in the business where people can see your puppy and be like, all right, I'm down to get some.
well, honestly, like I say, I'm learning right now. I still have yet to. I found one girl, but I'm waiting for her to get into heat, which I found her through my uncle because he went to school with her, and she's been breeding dogs as well, and she just got her, but she's been breeding bullies,
Okay.
which they're like bigger. They're basically like American bulldogs, but they're not.
Okay.
They're just way cockier, and I like them. And they have the same way. They have different types. They have XLs. They have pocket bullies. You have micro bullies. You have a whole bunch of different type of bullies.
Okay.
He's considered a bully because they're bulldogs.
Right.
But basically, she just starting with her own female. So now I'm waiting for her to get in heat. Once I have that'll be his first girl probably, unless I find one anytime soon. Yo, why are you going so crazy? But but honestly, every time I take him out, they go crazy for him. Everybody has his eye on him.
Yeah.
Like, looking at him wherever I go. Like yesterday when I took him to the vet to get DNA tested, after I decided to stop by Starbucks to grab, something to drink because I ain't eat, and some food. So I was eating and going through the drive-through, and everybody in the Starbucks went crazy for him. Like, hey, come look at the dog. Come look at. Everybody stopped their jog, came to the window, gave him like the pup cups.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, that's why
yeah.
he would love that. He loves the attention. That's what he is. He's crazy. But yeah, like I say, right now I'm just learning, and right now I'm trying to just keep promoting. That's my main idea right now. I've just been advertising on Instagram.
Mhm.
Instagram, when you make it into a business account, you could just pay for promotion for a couple of days. I'd probably throw a good $20, $40 once in a while for a couple of days, and it'll go, and it works.
Really, I might
works.
have to get on that.
It works. So I was actually planning to tell you about that because it works. Same thing as Facebook. Another one I've been trying to get onto is TikTok. I'm
Yeah.
not really, me. I'm not really, on the camera type of guy, but
Yeah, social media type stuff.
yes, but hey, it's that time, you
Mhm.
gotta do it for the business. So, but like the TikTok, I noticed that I didn't get a lot of likes on it, but I got a lot of views and a lot of. Why are you growling?
I'm at that.
Interaction. Like one time I was at work and my coworker came up to me. He's like, "Yo, I was just scrolling through TikTok one day and I saw the video you posted of your dogs."
Yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy, I literally right now to this day I only have one video on the TikTok.
Okay.
Like I just started it, like probably 2 weeks ago. I just made that account. I posted the video. 2 days later, he told me he saw the video. Like I have no followers. Like basically just started that account and I'm surprised he saw it. That it had like 500 views in 3 hours.
Whoa.
On TikTok.
I do like similar numbers, but
well, I'm sure it has
it's
more
difficult.
now.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
So-
Another thing I use a lot is the hashtags.
Okay. Gotta get the right ones.
Not just the right ones, but put for me, since I'm based in Miami, I try to put Miami, I try to put Florida, I try to anything Frenchie, bulldog, anything just related to I even put his color sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna
tell the people about the colors right quick.
Okay, so right now I'm DNA testing so I'm waiting for his full results to come back. But he carries fawn, he carries testable chocolate as well from his father. He's a Merle. You just don't really see it on him until you see him in person. And that's really what I know for sure that he has. Once I get the results from the DNA, I'll be able to tell a little bit more. But that's his colors. And I love them. My favorite colors are the Merles. Like I love Merles. Those are my favorite ones. And that's another thing that I learned when I'm mentioning Merles. I didn't know that because I thought Merles were like, me personally, I love Merles. I love how they look. They're best. They're the best in my opinion. The patterns, they come in so many. They just look different. That's the thing about them. They're not just a solid dog. Every Merle is gonna have a different pattern, like on their body.
Okay.
The patches are gonna be different colors. It's always gonna look different. So I thought coming into this game, I'm like, oh, I could just get a Merle and put the Merle with another Merle and have crazier pups. That's how I thought about it. And when I got into this game, I realized that you can't do that. If you put a Merle and a Merle together, there's chances that the pups will come with genetic defects as well.
Okay.
Same way as in humans, not insemination, incest and things like that. The pups will have genetic defects. So you have to make sure that the dogs are not related in no type of way.
Okay.
And don't have the same bloodline or have the same parents. That's why I have his pedigree. The 3-year pedigree. I have a family tree, which I'll send to you so you could, post it up.
So what's like the cost to get all this paperwork? Because you're talking about pedigree, DNA. What else is out there in terms of like
There's
paperwork?
That's why when people say why would I pay so much for a dog?
Yeah.
Okay, because there's so much that goes into it. Like I was explaining, for the male, I gotta do DNA. DNA is $230. Just the DNA. You have to pay for the 4-panel health test. 4-panel health test is another $230. And that's the 4-panel. Just to clarify a little bit more on that, it's just basically a health test on the dogs to see if he carries any genetic disorders that could be passed down from ancestors. For example, in his spine, in his eyes, different parts of the body. And that costs another $230. For the male also, when it's time to, me personally, I won't charge them to, if somebody uses my male, I don't charge to do artificial insemination, which we'll just take that to the vet. That's another fee we got to pay. So you got to pay to get all the semen out of the dog. Because I'm not doing that myself either. I want to learn how to do it because there are breeders out here that does all of that by themselves. I'm just, getting into it. Once I learn how to do it, I'll do that myself. I'm also trying to learn how to do progesterone testing because they sell like a little machine. Progesterone testing is easy, but that's more for the females. Once the females on their heat, once you buy the little machine, the machine costs probably about $2,000. It's pricey. Same thing with the semen. You could test the semen also to see how much. I think it's N/GL. I gotta remember the form, not the formula. The what's that called?
Like the compound for it.
It's not the compound. It's the volume, the capacity, and how much he's letting out.
Oh,
basically.
okay.
Yeah. Which the other day I heard that a dog let out like 6.0, which supposedly that's a lot. Which I'm still learning about how much. I want to see how much he's letting out, but I'm waiting for his first. Like he hasn't let out nothing. So I'm trying to make sure, he's ready to go. But like I said, the progesterone, I want to get the machine so I could start doing that. Just that's extra money on the side I could make. Like some people might not want to go to the vet sometimes because they don't have the time, or bring the dog to me when you're out of work. I'll do it for you.
So how's like storage for that? Because I'm assuming like it doesn't last if you just like put it in a vial, right? So do you have to like keep it at a certain temperature?
What do you mean the testing?
Or no, like the actual semen. Like
the semen. Yeah, you just keep it cold because that's also now that you're mentioning that, I want to get into not just selling the semen here in Florida, Miami, or exactly just here. I want to start shipping. Which now that you mentioned that, you remember the guy from Texas that I told you earlier that he sold the Frenchie to Money Man, and all of that. He also has a business, not just on Frenchies. He also has another business on the side, which is he ships the semen. So you pay him $25, and he's gonna send you a box with the dry ice and everything in there, and the vials and everything. So all you gotta do is get the semen. Once you have the semen, you put it all in there. So he gives you all the instructions in the box. You put everything in there. You put everything back in the box. You cover it up. Shipping's included in the $25 for you anywhere you're shipping it. So if I want to ship it to Cali, it's included. Just when I get the semen out of him, I just put it into the vials. I put it into the box with the dry ice, tape it up, UPS it. So it's not just, that's also another thing I want to get into quick because it's more customers out there that I could get to instead of just being here locally, which it will all take time. But
like I'm guessing going to the vet for that to get the semen and ship it out with the vet would be more expensive, right? Or
exactly, just going to the vet to take it out of him. Basically, that's what I'll be paying. I won't. They won't be paying for the shipping or anything. Like I'll probably just put it in the vial, and then shipping it from there will be on me, which is an extra charge, like you say. For the females, like I said, you have to pay for the artificial insemination. You have to pay for progesterone testing. For my case, like I said earlier, I had 3 times I had to go progesterone test, and each progesterone test cost me probably like $50 each. So we talking about exactly, and then we still haven't even gotten to the point when she's pregnant. When when you get to 30 days, you got to go pay for the ultrasound. The ultrasound is probably gonna cost you another $150. Then you have after that, let's say she does confirm pregnancy, you got to start preparing. You got to buy your incubator. You got to buy your heating lamp. You got to buy your whelping box. You don't have to whelp. You could pay somebody to whelp for you. Whelping is basically once the pups are out, who's gonna take care of them? And you have to take care of them. It's very, 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 very extreme, and you got to be very cautious in those first 2 weeks because you do have to manually give the pups oxygen. You have to have an oxygen machine. That's another machine you have to buy.
There's a lot of costs involved with this.
It's not just pregnant, pop, all the pups are out. Not only that. In this case, with the dogs, now let's say you have all your material ready, you're ready. All right, the pups are gonna come out in 60 to 63 days. You on day 60, you start taking temperature. Once their temperature drops under 99 degrees, Fahrenheit. Well, yeah, I think that's how we test body temperature. Well, for the dogs, it drops once it gets under that 99. She's ready. So once in those 63 days, like between 60 and 63, you gotta be making sure. Now she's ready. Now you gotta go pay for C-section because these dogs
Okay.
are small. A lot. Some people say that they have natural birth, but it's not safe like all the time because since they're so small and compact, sometimes the babies could get stuck in the birth canal.
Okay.
Coming out, and if they get stuck, then you gotta go to the vet.
Anyway.
And then it's even gonna be more costly because it's gonna be emergency. It's gonna be the baby stuck. They gotta open her up, and it's just you should have been there in the first place anyway. Just do the C-section, and it's more safe that way, and it's way quicker. It's not gonna. It's probably I think the process takes like 45 minutes for the C-section, but like I say, after that you gotta be very cautious with the dog because she's gonna be stitched up just like a human. So also when they have the pups, the mom can be with the pups like only when she's feeding, things like that.
Well, how come?
It's not because maybe sometimes she could roll on the pups,
Oh,
or she
okay.
could lay on the pups, or sometimes there are some moms that sometimes they like throw away, like they don't want that pup, or like
Oh, okay.
and like sometimes they might attack it or do something to it. There's different things, but normally that you keep the pups away. Also, like for those 2 weeks, they have to be in the incubator. They have to stay in heat. The mom's not gonna stay in the heat all the time, but those first 2 weeks are very critical. You have to be on top of everything.
So you're not sleeping.
Yeah, there's no sleep. There's no job.
Jeez.
There's none of that. That's
Okay.
the second job right there. You have to manually feed all the pups with a bottle. You have to breastfeed them sometime with the female. You have to so much into it. It's a lot of time you put into it as well. It's not, you got to take care of the pup very well when she's pregnant. She can't be jumping around all over the place. It's different things.
So what's the hardest challenge that you've had to face doing all this so far?
Hardest challenge, I feel like, honestly, right now, I wouldn't say it was a challenge. It was just my biggest experience that I learned was when she had the miscarriage, honestly, because I learned a lot through when that happened. Relax. When that happened. But right now, like I say, it's just where you going? I'm just learning right now, and like I say, there's really nothing challenging right now. But I know if I would have had the female had popped, that would have been very challenging with me. But I also have help from my uncle. He helps me out a lot, like with the dogs, cause I feed them well, and like to feed them, I don't just give these dogs dry food. Put the dry food in there, like 2 cups, and call it a day. I give them raw food, raw meat. So I have to scale up their food. Like for my big dog, he eats 350 grams in the morning, 350 grams at night. These dogs eat better than me.
Real talk.
He eats 175 grams of turkey, and 75 grams of ground tripe. Tripe is basically
That's a fish, right?
I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. Like it's mixed in with a lot of things, but basically what it does is it makes his feces come out softer, easier for him.
Like
So
fiber type.
yeah.
Okay.
And the turkey is not just turkey; it comes with bones, vegetables, different things in it. It looks like a big salami roll.
Okay.
It's from Raw and Kibble. That's their Instagram. They help a lot. How I found out about them was through my American Bulldog. I had a very bad allergic reaction with him that he would just start scratching to the point that he just bleed. Like very bad allergic reaction. So I found out about them. I went, put him on the food, and ever since then he behaved better. His fur feels different, feels way better.
What's the name of it
Skin
again?
feels better, huh?
What's the name of it again?
Raw and Kibble.
Shout out Ron Kibble helping out dogs.
Yeah, bro. Like just going through their Instagram, you see a lot of dogs that had like patches all over their body.
Yeah.
From allergic reactions, and they start eating the food, and they show you the progress. And since that day, I probably started feeding them that 3 years ago now.
Okay.
It's been some time already, and never had a problem since then. Never had another allergic reaction. Never had anything. They love the food. When I say let's go eat and they smell the food, cause it smells it smells bad, but you gotta go through it. I sometimes even hate touching it. I don't like it getting under my nails. I don't like
man.
but you gotta do it. That's why I always have gloves.
Yeah.
Because oh my god, it's nasty. And my other one has the same thing, and it's not expensive because it's good for the dogs, but it is kind of on the pricey range. Like for me, I'm probably paying 200 every 2 weeks on dog food.
That's like groceries.
Yeah,
Man, groceries just for the dog.
just for them. I also throw pumpkin for him as well into his food.
Pumpkin?
Yeah, to help just easier digestion. I try to make sure they digest good. What else? I give them eggs sometimes, like a little like a one egg in there in his
Like
food.
raw or
Raw.
cooked? Okay.
Raw egg. I try to avoid giving. I never really give my dogs no human food. I don't like doing that.
Mm.
I just like keeping them on their food. I don't like them getting too stuck. Although they still sit in my face to try to get my food.
Yeah.
But I just never been that type. I just never been that type because especially with my American bulldog, he's allergic to everything. You give him food and he's already breaking out. So just ever since that, I don't ever give none of my dogs no human food, because it's not really just human. It's the seasoning that really gets to them.
Okay.
And that's what really messed them up.
So, what are some of the more like popular breeds that you've seen around or that you want to tap into?
Me, there's a lot of breeds out here, but me personally, what I want to tap into is right now I'm in the French bulldogs. I want to get into bullies, and it's funny because usually you see a lot of people with the bullies first, and then they transition into French bulldogs, and then they just start breeding both of them.
Okay.
For me, I'm probably doing it backwards. I'm doing from French to bullies, but you could do it different ways.
So what are bullies exactly? Like, are they a bigger version of the French or?
They're basically like they're a bigger version of, they're like American bulldogs basically,
Okay.
but they're not. Like they look very cocky. They're more muscular.
Oh.
They look like pits sometimes, but they're
okay.
not pits. A lot of people think they're pits, but they're not pits. Yeah. They, like I say, they have different types as well as the Frenchies. You have different. You have micro Frenchies. You have fluffy Frenchies. You have all different type of. You got the color Isabellas. You got, those are worth probably.
Color Isabella?
Yeah, it's like his color, but like lighter, very lighter. And basically, you make it with you have a chocolate and the chocolate, you put them together, and that's gonna come out with the Isabella, and that's worth money.
Okay.
You're talking about probably easy like 12 racks.
All right.
For Isabella, just because of the color. And now they just came out with something else that started coming out. They call it new shade Isabella. Yeah, it's even
Isabella 2.0?
Yeah, literally. And it looks raw. It's like raw as hell. It's like really it's like light. It's the same Isabella, but it's lighter than the Isabella. That's why it's called new shade.
Okay.
And in their pigmentations, all pink.
All pink.
Yeah, so like the
like
ears,
skin,
the
skin
nose,
type?
yeah, the skin,
Oh.
everything's like a bright pink. It looks like it was pink starburst on the dog, and it looks crazy. I love it. But yeah, and like the same thing with the bullies. You have the micro bullies, you have the XL bullies, you have the pocket bullies, you have the whole 9 yards, just different types. I also want to get into, I don't know if you know about cane corsos.
Yeah. Oh, I high key want a
Those
cane
are big.
corso. Yeah.
I want that
one.
from my outside, like a big dog.
Yeah, guard dog type.
Yeah, I don't know if you know. There was a basketball player that he played for the Heat. His name was. It's slipping my head right now. It ended in Johnson. I think he had like number 16 or something like that. He had like 2 big cane corsos, like 130 pounds each,
Ooh.
like big, and they were all trained in Arabic.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that was fire. When I saw that video, it just made me want them. And they did anything he said in Arabic.
Word.
And that was nice. Another dog I probably want to start right now. That's probably about it right now. I love bulldogs specifically. I probably would want to get an English bulldog just to like complete the list, because that's probably one of the two that I'm missing: the bully and the English bulldog.
English are more like fluffier, like they have a lot more hair, right? Or a lot more chubby.
Those are like the really chubby ones that whenever they're trying to breathe, you hear them snorting something like
Dang.
the whole time just laying there, like, and they're really really fat, and like their nose, the reason they are like that. And the same thing with the Frenchies. Sometimes you hear them doing the same thing, but not as aggressively as the English bulldog. Like the English bulldog, when they're walking, they're doing it, like, but it's because their nose are so flat.
Okay.
So they like, there's no nose basically, so they have no snout.
So how do you feel about the community saying like, oh, these dogs have a lot of health issues, you shouldn't be breeding them?
Yeah, a lot of people do tell me that. Now that you bring it up, like, but like I said, I've had my other one. She's just turned 3 years in November 30th.
Mm-hmm.
She's never given me a problem. The only problem she's given me was one time that she was playing with the big dog and he played a little bit too aggressively and he like landed on her. And I took her to the vet but other than that, he's never really given me a problem. The only problem he gives me is that he's always trying to eat something off the ground. He cannot be by himself. That's the main reason why I don't want to let him down right now. Cause if I let him down, he's gonna go over there where I can't see him and do something. Cause he knows I can't see him. Cause he knows if I'm in front of him, he won't do it. Saying like he's bad. And he's always trying to do something he's not supposed to. You should see his dog bowl.
His dog bone?
Bowl.
Bowl?
His
It's
dog's
just
food
like-
bowl. It's just all chewed up. I just ordered when I had to order it because he chewed it all up. When he finishes his food, what does he do? He run out, goes to the other dog bowl, licks. There's nothing there. He just licking it. All both of them. He likes to eat. That's all he likes to do.
He's big.
Yeah, he's coming in at 31 pounds right now.
Okay.
Which my other one, she's 3 years. She's 30 pounds. He's 1 year. He's 30 pounds.
Is he gonna grow more, or is he pretty much set here?
Right. Honestly, he's been at the 30 pound. I don't want him to pass the 30 pounds. Like that's pretty good to me. Like I don't want him heavier than that, and he looks pretty good in my opinion. I just want to start walking him a little bit more. That's been my plan with him. I've been trying to walk him a little bit more so he could maybe get a little bit more exercise. But what was your question again? My bad. Slip.
Just like the health problems that people think.
But there's really no health issues with them. Like they do have, there's certain things that people do say, like sometimes the digestive things. Like he does have a sensitive stomach. That's one thing he does give me. But ever since I put him on the other food that I have, and that's also why I give him the pumpkin. I also sometimes give him probiotics as well for him, so it can help with his digestion. But like I said, my other one's never given me no problem. No, thank God. They are, like I said, they do have some that come with genetic health issues and things like that. But those are the purpose why you get your dog's 4-panel health tested.
Okay.
Those are the reasons why you do all these tests to make sure your dog is suitable for breeding.
Right.
Same thing. Now that's the main reason why I don't put my female. She just had her heat. I thought about putting him and her together, and I'd probably be having pups right now in probably like a month right now.
Yeah.
If I would have put them together. But then I thought about it. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that to her because, like I say, she homie over there, big boy, ran into her and messed up her back. So now the vet had already told me, like, let her try to lose some weight so she won't have so much tension onto her back getting pulled down. Cause remember, they're like this, and her stomach, it's just gonna go like that.
Yeah.
Like pulling all the weight.
Right.
So they were like, try to make her lose weight. So I thought about it probably for like a week or two. Like, yeah, I feel like doing it. But then I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it to her. Cause then when she gets pregnant, she's gonna have all that weight down here with all the puppies, and I don't want it to affect her back. So she's just my pet. That's my little baby. My first French bulldog and the only female. So, and it's funny, he's scared of her.
Yeah, I remember being, like your big American is scared of her too. Just running away.
Yeah, they scared of her. They know that's the queen of the house next to my mom. My mom loved that. That's the only one my mom really like. She yesterday we went out. Like I said, I took him to the vet to go to get DNA tested. I go to the vet. I get a call from my mom. She's like, "Where's Obito?" I'm like, "He's with me." I sent a picture of us in the car on the way home.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, I'd be mad at you." I'm like, "What I did to her? I ain't do nothing. I just took the dog to the vet." I get home. Usually when you come to the door, she walks up to you. You know, hey, touch me, do all of this.
Yeah.
I walked in the house. She did not come up to me.
Wait, so she was really mad?
She was mad at me because I took him out and didn't take her out.
Oh, man.
So my mom was like, "Let's go to BJ's." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Ivy, you want to come?" She ran out the door, came with me. Got in there. I walked around. When I take him out, everybody was looking. When I take her out, they love these dogs for some reason. That's also the main reason why. Right now, another thing I've been working on, I'm trying to do my logo, which I've been trying to find somebody. But
I got you for that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you the other day because I saw when I was watching your podcast, the one you just recently dropped.
Yeah,
I was watching it actually when I was walking them as well, you know, because I was watching it in spans. And I saw your logo, and I gotta ask him to make the logo. Cause bro, I had like people hitting me up on my Frenchie account, like, "Oh, we can make this logo for you," and I've been hitting them up, but a lot of them they seem scammy. So I'm like, nah, I'll find somebody, or I'll go to a store. I want to get that because the main reason I want to do that, I want to start my business cards. I want to start handing my business cards out. QR code on the back, tap in. All the Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the handles, I want to have them there. I want to everything. I want to just start passing. Not only that, I want to start having stickers. Stickers are getting slapped at every ATM I'm going to. Anywhere I pump gas at, stickers are getting slapped on with the QR code. Anytime you just scan it, come out to a Linktree or come out to my Instagram automatically.
Okay.
There's a show right now on the 22nd that I'll be attending Friday. Just straight Frenchies. It's in the Miami Convention Center. It's just gonna be straight bullies and Frenchies, and it's everybody. Like breeders have their own tents. Some of these breeders even have their logo, their name on the tent and everything.
Yeah.
Like
so
promotion.
When you're going to these events, how are you finding them?
Through Instagram, bro. I've only been to one show, with the one that was in Wynwood, which that's the guy that I met. That guy that has some fluffies. His name is Goat Frenchies.
Goat Frenchies.
Yeah, that's his Instagram handle, and he basically just went to a little spot in Wynwood. He asked the brewery, "Hey, do you mind if I host a little event here?" He did the event, and I saw the little the post on Instagram, just scrolling through the Frenchies hashtags and things like that.
Oh, okay.
And it comes out, or it even comes out sponsored on my Frenchie thing. A lot of the sponsored, whenever you see the sponsored ads, all of that's just promotion.
Right.
And when you sometimes passing through I found this one just passing through stories. You know, sometimes you get sponsored stories ads, came up right there on Instagram. That's how I found out about this one. And this one supposedly is going to be very big. So I'm planning to go there. I want to have my business card ready by the 22nd.
When's that?
That's next Friday. Next Friday or Saturday, one of the two.
See if we can make something.
Yeah, that's my plan. So once, or at least something, you know, average for now. I'm not, you know, and I revise it and make another one later and start passing it out. But that's my plan, because I'm about to throw a tent. Like, you know, have you seen the people throw the tent on the back of their car?
Yeah.
Like on the back window? I'm about to throw that with my logo. I don't care. I'm promoting it all type of ways.
Shameless plugs, man. If how it's supposed to be.
If I made like almost like 800 followers on the other account, and like probably I would say in the span of 4 months, I feel like if I'm passing out business cards, I'm putting these things on my car, putting stickers on ATMs and all of that, more people seeing it, free promotion. I'm not having to pay for that. Well, I am paying for like the stickers and things like that, but just slapping it out there, it's out there. People are going to see it, and people are just going to tap in. I do it all the time. I see stickers on ATMs, and I always tap in. I do it. I support local businesses.
So I love learning about this whole Frenchie thing, getting to know your dog a little bit more. Hopefully we send me a picture of Tina, you said?
Oh.
Yeah, the other dog's name.
Ivy.
Yeah. Send a picture of Ivy. We'll put it up on the video too.
For sure.
Yeah, go follow Mia Bullies on Instagram, TikTok. We'll have everything in the description. Yeah, we'll wrap it up here. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, bro.